Hello everyone, Gary's back. He's not been anywhere. Somebody put a comment on where's Gary, we've not seen him in a while. And it's just purely because I was talking about wigs and stuff and books. And you didn't have anything really to say about wigs and books and
don't
stuff,
really fancy one at the moment.
So it was just me doing a bit of video stuff. But yeah, you're back and you've been cleaning windows, haven't you?
Yes.
And prepping and doing all kinds of stuff because we've got something to share with you. So yeah, I was just saying to Gary, what has January been like? January has been obviously resting after the winter solstice, wigging in some parts, and planning a house move.
Yes.
Poor guy, you don't
Full dread.
You don't like moving, do you?
No.
I do. I like moving because I think it gives you. I've put some hand cream on. I think it gives you a chance for a big reset, doesn't it? An upgrade, but you don't. I mean, I must say, the process of moving can be a challenge at times because there's a lot to do at times, and there's a lot not to do at times, and there's a lot of waiting, and there's a lot of adrenaline rushes that come with it.
It's very expensive as well.
No, it's not. It isn't it?
I'm not being an abundant. I'm just saying it's quite expensive to move.
It is.
And you've always got to have that in your budget because there's estate agents, there's solicitors, there's stamp duty, tax.
That stamp duty is a wild one, isn't it?
Yeah, it can be. It's not so wild for us because we're not going in that bracket.
No.
But it's still not great, you know what I mean? It's like, imagine if you wanted to move all the time and you paid all that money every single
yeah, because you always said that, haven't you, at least 4 or 5 years in a place to even try and get some, even that.
Yeah.
Because we've moved quite regularly since, 2018. We've had 3 houses. Well, you say it like that, it's quite wild, isn't it?
It's a little bit wild, yes.
2018.
It's 8 years, 3 houses.
Yeah.
Obviously, we were already in one.
Yeah, we're already in one.
Yeah.
So it's been 2 moves in 8 years.
So it's like 3 to 4 years per house. But yes, it is what it is.
The first move we had, it was to set up a garden spa, and that was for 2018. And obviously that rumbled along for 2 years till the pandemic came. And to be quite honest, our moves haven't come because we've got ego running the show.
No.
It's come because of change in lifestyle. And it's another change in lifestyle that's coming up to the forefront. So let's rewind a bit because you're all a bit lost now, aren't you? The last one we saw, she was talking about wigs and all of a sudden they're moving house from Lincolnshire back to Yorkshire. Bless you, Gary.
Yeah, it kind of hit home, didn't it, when my dad died last year? So, and it's like we're not a million miles away, but it's far enough just to get a bit tiresome.
Well, we can be away from Leeds at the minute. It can be approximately 1 hour 20 to 1 hour 40, depending on traffic and road you use and weather conditions and time if you're driving at night or etc. So if you want to do Leeds in a day, it's going to be at least 3 hours round trip. That's 3 hours. Yeah. Because like some people, like your brother, moved to a certain part of the country because his wife was there, so all her family's there. So when he comes up to Leeds, it's just to see your mum. Whereas with us, we've come away from both families. So when we go back to Leeds, there is a lot of people to see. And it's just got to a point now, when we originally moved because of your job, and obviously that's changed now. And it's almost like we've got to a point like this is really difficult now. And it's okay when everything's smooth, but if somebody becomes ill or there's an good event coming up, we're struggling to get up there. Because of work commitments, because of just life stage as well. We're not very good at being able to, right, let's go up to Leeds today. We don't deal with that very well, do we?
No.
And I've realised I do miss Yorkshire. For although I do like Lincolnshire, it's never really truly felt 100% like home. I've always felt like I'm trying to learn about it. And I do struggle with some aspects of the land of it, which I was talking to you about yesterday. Some aspects of the land of Lincolnshire. And I have a lot of ancestors live here, to be honest. And I don't know their story fully, so I wonder if it's tied into that as well.
Possibly.
Yeah, it'd be interesting, because a lot of my maternal line comes from Lincolnshire. I've only just recently had that confirmed. Well, I have. So it was Boxing Day, wasn't it? Was it Boxing Day? Yeah. We woke up Boxing Day morning. We'd had Christmas Eve with my brother. We had Christmas Day with your mum, and then we had Boxing Day with my parents. And we stayed in a hotel, and I just woke up Boxing Day. I was like, I can't deal with this anymore. I really can't deal with this. Every Christmas, Easter, Mother's Day, birthday, everything it's just becoming such a challenge. And by the time you get to that last port of call, you're knackered. Well, I'm knackered anyway. And it's just like, and then you've got to come back, and then it can take me a couple of, no shit. It takes me a couple of days to come back again after hotels, all that different energy. And having to constantly stay in hotels as well, it's not good for me, I don't think.
No.
So we just said, look, we're going to have to try and get back up there because, like you found when your dad was in hospital, you can't possibly, when somebody is in hospital for more than a few days, be up and down, up and down, up and down. And at the same time, to just say, right, I'm going to book a hotel for 3 days.
It's cost prohibitive, isn't it? Yeah. It's expensive, it's not cheap. You know, you've got to take these kind of things into consideration, don't you?
Yeah.
And do what you can. You know, we didn't know how ill he was. That's the problem as well. So you kind of like, is he that bad? Is he not that bad? And it went bad quite. It took a downturn quite quick.
Because it was like up and down, up and down, up and down. Whereas if you live close to someone, you don't mind popping in every day after work or in the morning or whatever, or every couple of days. But when you live away, it's impossible. And I think it always happens with the person that moves away, finds it harder and harder to have that connection. And it just becomes, having any kind of family time becomes a chore.
Yeah, and I think it'll be nice to be able to have the family time and be able to go home without a long car journey.
Yeah.
So that's what we're looking for.
Because that's another thing. Say if you had been up there when your dad passed, you would have then had to have got in a car and driven home, 1 hour 40 minutes, and it's not wise, is it? It's not big and clever, is it? That.
The good news this time, because it's not job related, it's not I have to move. My boss wants me to move and be in that location. Then we're not. Claire's going to contradict me here, but we're not in a massive rush. We're not in a massive rush. We're not. It's not time
dependent. Keep saying it because Universe on urged it first time.
Yeah, no, but it's not fully time dependent. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not. My boss needs me to move by June.
Yeah, that last move we did here, our seller was a bit of a dick, and he went on holiday and all sorts of strange things were going on. Yeah, our buyer.
We were the seller.
Yeah,
and he called himself a dick.
He was a bit of a dick, and also we had the pressure of your. Because then what happened then, you were living in Leeds and worked in Lincoln, so you were some days having to go up and down, like we've just talked about. So there was that pressure as well. It was like you were settling into a new job, a new way of life, very different to the job you did do. And then also moving from a town that was a hometown into a town that was not a hometown. And it was a really stressful thing. But like you said, now not the whole of Yorkshire's open to us because we said there's certain parts we're not going to, but
sorry, certain parts.
But there's not that. Oh my God, we're starting a new job in April. We need to be there by March.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to put an intention that it's not going to go fast. It goes fast. It goes fast, but we're not desperate. Now I love this house. But it was a desperation buy, and we got lucky this time. We got lucky. Gravely Thorpe was a desperation buy as well for other things because of what you needed, and we didn't get as lucky with that one. It wasn't as good a house.
Yeah.
This one, we've had a few issues, but I love this house. I do love this house, and it's welcomed me to. First thing is, I will be sad to leave it. I will be sad to leave it. And I've never, ever been sad to leave anywhere, apart from possibly when I left home. You know what I mean? The big wrench of moving away from your parents' house when you're younger. But again, I didn't really have that because I went to university. So I was kind of living there, but not living there. You know what I mean? So I had a longer journey of moving out, as it were. And I moved back in again. When in my 30s for a few years to save money for my first house. So, yeah, we'll see. So we're at the early stages of, because the way the English system works, we needed 2 lots of tax returns, and obviously I'm not in employment anymore, so I can't add anything to the mortgage at this moment in time, because I'm not part of the tax returns that we can give, if that makes sense. So we're having to base it on just Claire's tax returns, and we can just manage it, can't we? If we're like for like kind of house, we can just manage, and I think they'll just transport the mortgage that we've got. Which
is what we want. We don't want anything bigger. It's stupid. It's just that would be ego going into something bigger than we've got now.
So we're not moving to a millionaire mansion.
No.
We're not. But we're going to do something like for like, aren't we?
Yeah, and I think there is the areas that we're looking at in well, it's going to be mainly round about Leeds area, West Yorkshire area, isn't it?
Yeah.
We would consider going up like to Knaresborough way or something, but yeah, because there'd be no point going to Yorkshire then moving an hour away from, because Yorkshire's a big place, as Lincolnshire is. So when you say Yorkshire, you can be up like North Yorkshire, where you're nearly up to North East, and then the South Yorkshire as well. But that's in an ideal world, it'd be lovely to move into Heriot country, but obviously that would be just the same as this. It'd just be summer distance, and I think as well, I'm needing a bit more community around me, because we both come from. It's a strange one because we both turned our nose up at inner city living, but in the areas of Leeds that we're looking at, there's a much more better system in place for getting places, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. It is for you because you don't drive.
I do drive, but I don't drive. Well, that could be another video we could do. I'm qualified to drive, but I don't drive.
No.
So, but I think like even that bloody railway station as well. But yeah.
Yeah, it's getting about if you don't drive in Lincolnshire is not easy. It's not easy unless you want to get taxis everywhere, and that'd be very expensive. So it's not easy. It's doable. There's a bus out of the village every hour, so you can get into Lincoln, and once you get into Lincoln, you can go anywhere because there's a train station, bus station, all those kind of things. But it's just time. It's time restrictive, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we have done a few things. We went to London, didn't we, on the train?
Yeah, we did.
We got the bus. Oh, yeah, we got the bus into Lincoln train station. I think we did that time. Yeah, I think we got the bus in.
Yeah.
And we got the train to London, and then came back.
The thing is,
it is doable.
It is doable. I think as well with Yorkshire, there is a lot. I said this to you. I said, the thing is, sometimes you can think like Leeds City Centre is a bit like wild. There is lots of suburbia there, though. But if you think outside the box, Yorkshire has some magnificent places. It's got Otley Shevin, it's got the Ilkley, what's it called? Ilkley Stones? God, I've forgotten what it was. I got a video sent to me the other day, and the portals and the spacecraft that have been seen on Ilkley Moor, that's it.
Barta.
We've got all the big houses on Barta, all the big houses, the big ancestral estates. We've got the Yorkshire Malls, we've got Haworth, we've got lots of places that are actually quite in an hour's distance, if that, where we can go and do. If you think about where our biggest content views came from, they came from that Bronte stuff.
Yeah.
Because you said about living in Lincoln, it'll be easy for content, but actually I think we've struggled. I mean, you didn't with your Wisdom in the Woods, but there's only so much of that you can do, especially for...
Yeah.
You know, so the vlogs, we can, like, for the Christmas vlogs in Leeds, we've got York Market, we've got Leeds Market, we've got all the houses. Going during the day, going during the week, not the weekend. All the ancestral houses that are up there. All the different things that are...
But it's doable, because Leeds, you know, say we move back to Cross Gates, we just jump straight on the train, you know what I mean? And you're not having to mess about with car parking.
That's the thing with Croggy. Some of you are from Croggy, Cross Gates. If you'll know yourself, the bus routes are creme de la creme. And there's buses everywhere in Cross Gates. There's buses to Castleford, buses to Garforth, buses to Kippax, buses to Selby, buses into Leeds City Centre, buses to Headingley, and buses everywhere else, St James's, all the hospitals, everything. And there's the big train. It's all in walking distance. It makes a difference, I think.
So we'll see what. Obviously, the way the system works in England, is that you can go and view houses, but there's no point, because if you see the perfect, beautiful house, you can't buy it unless you've got the money in the bank.
Yeah.
Because if you're like us and you've got to sell and you haven't got the money in the bank, you've got to sell before you buy, you've got to have an offer accepted on your property before they accept an offer on theirs. So, you know, if you could go, oh, look, we've got every intention of buying your property, but we've not sold ours yet. Could you wait till we sell ours? Because you know what? They may have to, at this moment in time, if we buy a house that's got somebody in it, they will go on and then have to go and find somewhere to live, potentially. So it makes the system really clunky.
But they do push you along a bit. I think estate agents, because once and our solicitors, because there's a lot of people now. We've had to. Pre-pandemic, the moving system was very different. Post-pandemic in this country, the moving system's changed, and I was very naive to it earlier. There is possibilities you do have to step out of a chain and think, you know what, take us out of this chain. We'll go into rented, or we'll go live with somebody, or whatever.
We've not had this discussion yet, but if we do that, there will be cost implications.
Right.
Because I think I don't know. We'll have to have a word with the bank. I don't know whether we'll be able to put us mortgage on hold and just have it sat there waiting to activate when we get a house.
Right.
If we can't do that, then we'll have to pay the mortgage off, and because we're on a fixed rate. We'll have to pay the fine.
I am a great believer in the universe.
I'm hoping that they'll be able to. They might put it in like isolation. What's it called? Suspension until you manage to get another house. But I don't know, and it might only be for a certain length of time.
Yeah, the thing is as well with the type of property.
Let us know if you know if you're a bank manager, or let me know.
The type of property that we're looking for is a bungalow, because we do like bungalows. So in most cases, bungalows are empty. So you're more than likely going to get someone that's going into a nursing home or a self-contained thing, assisted living, or they've passed away. Like with this one, they've passed away. So you're more than less getting a do-up like this one has been done up and renovated because the previous owner had died, been bought and done up, etc. Or you're going to get one that you have to go and titivate yourself.
So we'll see.
So it could be a blessing.
So we have got some stuff to look at, haven't we? It's just a matter of putting ours on the market eventually, and then hopefully selling it.
Yes.
Watch this space on that one, I think. Yeah. We'll let you know on the next video, on the March one, and see where we're up to.
But with the February one, won't it?
You know what I mean?
It'll go up in March. Yeah, we're going up in March. You'll find out in March.
It'll be the February catch-up one.
I do like moving, and I want to try and be better at this one, because last one I didn't really fully grasp the energy side of it. But I think it's about trusting the buyer, trusting that even, God forbid, it falls through. That's for a reason, because you may have gone to a house that actually wasn't for you. But it's also I'm going to try and be more grounded with this one.
That's what I was trying to say. There's no rush.
Yeah.
We'd like it to go really smoothly and really quickly, obviously, but ultimately we can take us time if needed. We can definitely take us time if needed. Claire keeps looking at me like that as if to say,
I don't think it is going to be that.
I know. The cards have been pulled, and we think it's going to go quick. But I'm just. Nowadays, if I go and see a film at the cinema and it's one that I thought I would be looking forward to, my intention is it's going to be crap. Because if it's a film that I'm really looking forward to, I always find it's crap. Yeah. But if I think it's going to be crap, it ends up being good. Because it's exceeding my expectations. But if your expectations are up here and you go and it's down here, then it's crap. It's not met your expectations. So it's better to go in not expecting as much and then being happy. I think that's glass half full. I think
the bit I do struggle with, isn't it? And I struggled yesterday. Well, for the pictures and stuff being taken, but I struggle when people view it. I struggle with that energy. I just don't like it. I know it's part of it, but I think strangers in your home I struggle with. And that edgy, because I'm energy sensitive. People are coming in, and quite rightly so. They're going to come in and not like your decorating, not like your kitchen, not like your house, be judging it, may think, oh, this is just not what we wanted. So I get really overwhelmed with that energy because I pick up on it, you see. So people come in and they're not, because the people aren't going to be rude, are they, and say, we don't like that. But I can get a bit at the game playing as well, because I remember the last one we did, the last house sale, and we had a few idiots that came round that said, oh, money's not an option, then slagged it off and dropped the price. And it's, But I've also got to understand that 4 years on from that, I'm a different kind of person.
So we'll see.
I'm quite house private as well. I'm never really one of these people that will allow lots of people in my house. I don't really like, because I do a lot of energy work from here as well, I don't like that energy of my door is always open. That can trigger people. But I don't like that open house type energy where, you know, there's always somebody in here. So, well, there's always, but physical bodies. Yeah.
You've lost my train of thought now.
It's just like some people wake up and they've always got neighbours calling in or people calling in, and it's always an open house and the house never gets a settle. And they're not bothered who comes in the house, and they have parties and stuff like that. I would struggle with that. It's like I struggle with people touching things in this house as well. Like people that touch it, you know, and what's this crystal? Pick it up without even asking. There's just boundaries I can't deal with.
Yes.
Anyway.
That'll be interesting. So yeah, hopefully, I don't know, March time it might go up. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll get to grips with it. Getting time as well, isn't it?
Yeah. So we'll have a further update. Anybody else like moving house this year, or moved away from their hometown and realised that it doesn't work for some people it doesn't. They don't look back, and some people move countries and they never look back.
If I'd have stayed in the job I was in, it would have worked. Because like I say, I love this house. It's a lovely house. It's a lovely area. It's nice and peaceful. It would have worked, and it would have been a beautiful house to go to retirement in. But that's not the way my life has directed itself, and it's time to pivot again. And you pivoted for me, so this is my pivot for you.
That's twice pivots come up in a video the past couple of days. Pivot.
Yeah. You've got to change. You've got to be able to change. You know, when that death card comes up, you've got to look at change.
And I think as well, I know people may laugh at this, but you've experienced this with your mum and dad, left it too late to make choices. Because when you're young and fit, you think, oh, I've got 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. I don't need to think about steps and drives and distance. But like we've said, God forbid if anything should happen, one of us would be left here on their own. Do you know what I mean? Without no family connection in Lincolnshire whatsoever. No outside connection, nothing. And you may think, oh, shut up, Claire, you're only in your 40s, you doom and gloom merchant. But, you know, life's a strange old thing. And when do you do it? When do you make that? You need to wait another 10 years, another 20 years. And then you start getting into other energy then where... Because I think as well as you get older, it can get harder to get all that stamina up for a house move. It takes a lot of stamina.
Oh, there's a lot of work to be done. It's, you know, like you always say, stages as well. So you've got to take it in baby steps, haven't you? The paperwork side I hate, but yeah. Because they always want the documents now. And it's like, you know what I mean? How are we going to do that? But hey ho. What else have we done in January?
I wore a wig, didn't I, for a bit. Still not sure where I stand with all that wig stuff. I've not worn one since, have I? So
no, I'd like it. My opinion is, if it makes you happy, and at some stage you're having a bad hair day, everybody's had a bad hair day, whack a wig on. If that's it, as long as you're comfortable and you don't want to mess about, and it's nice and easy and straightforward, stick one on, and it makes you happy and it makes you feel good. I don't have a problem with it. And it's fact I couldn't believe how good it was, Claire's first wig that she got, which is it's all inspiring for people that really have to wear them, and it makes it wonderful that people can have that and they can have that look And if that's what they need
There's so much
for
now.
their own self-awareness and their self-esteem and all that kind of stuff, if that's what makes you happy, then that's brilliant. It's so great. Even if it's just to get used to not being having the hair you used to have. And you can slowly make it smaller till you decide you sod it, I don't need it.
Well, yeah,
you know
it's
what I mean?
also it's better for you because I know a lot of women like to, and I used to do it all the time, change my colour, change my style, and it's a much safer way of doing it rather than putting chemicals on your scalp every 2 minutes.
There is that as well, yeah.
So if you think actually I fancy going red, or I fancy going brown, or I fancy going platinum blonde, the work that's needed with chemical dyes for that is profound, and the damage it does to your scalp and system anyway. Don't get me going. Is profound, whereas you can go, actually, yeah, I fancied it. Actually, it doesn't really suit me that. Do you know what I mean? Or,
But that the price of the wig is the price of the hair treatment.
it's actually, it depends what wig. I mean, the wigs we were getting from JB Extensions, they're not, I mean, you can be paid hundreds of pounds for a good colourist.
Oh, yeah.
And that's something else I spoke to you about. When you get, I genuinely believe when you get past a certain age, you need a good colourist. Because otherwise, you need a good. You're gonna. If I'm not gonna, but if I was gonna ever dye my hair again, I would want a good colourist. But they cost money, and then you've got to think: am I going to be doing that every 4 weeks? Because when you're getting a full head of grey, you start getting the badger look, and then it's a very strange one. And apart from that, so wigs, moves, cleaning, sorting out, finances. Looking at estate agents.
Worrying about finances.
I don't worry about finances.
I know, but you know, when you're moving house, and I really didn't have the grasp of being, because I've never done it before, and having that grasp of being self-employed and being almost a year behind with the finances, and not just having to give last 3 months pay slips, which you do if you're employed. Yeah. It's. You know, it's worrying. It was a little bit worrying for me because it was out of my comfort zone. But
because you've come from I've got used to this type of way of living, and the energetic way of living. But you still shedding those skins, and you're still having to unravel from that structure, which is also part of awakening and stuff. It comes in stages, and it can bring up a trigger of. You know, you think, all right, there's my last rate because I'm employed and I'm safe financially. And it can be different to being self-employed. But then in the world we live in now, people can lose jobs.
Oh yeah, definitely. So, I mean, the original plan was to live here until the mortgage was paid off, and then we're set for life, pretty much. But you know, you've got to be abundant, and if you've got to have the right lifestyle for yourself. So that means we've got to move. So that's what we're going to do.
So we'll be talking about that in Natters. We may do a little bit of vlogging. So obviously because I'm moving, there will possibly be no big holiday vlogs this year.
No.
Because we're not stupid. And that would be stupid to go doing that. We're not going to be that person that goes on holiday during a move.
That triggered me, that did.
Our last buyer went to Caribbean. His mum and dad, the story was his mum was paying for him to get his house, him and his girlfriend.
She sold her house and she had a big lump sum of cash.
And she married a wealthy man that had his own plumbing business. And this was a story he gave. And because it was money that was just handed to him, he pissed off on holiday for 2 weeks, right at a crucial point when we could literally went off the radar, and then did a few other snidey things, and it was just a wild time, wasn't it?
When he comes back from holiday, he says, "I've now got to sell my house before I can buy yours."
And yet he went in as a cash buyer. It was all very
it was
strange.
supposed to be a cash buyer, and it's like cash buy. When's it going to go through? When's it going to go through? We're ready now.
And this was empty, so it was no chain. Literally, it could have gone like that.
So yeah, we were ready to go, and we were trying to push to say when we're going to go, and he'd gone on off holiday. And when he came back, he said, "Oh, I need to sell my house." And then it would delay. Why we're still getting delayed?
Yeah.
And it turned out it's because he was trying to sell his house.
I think you worked it out about tax and stuff, didn't you? That.
I think it might be something to do with stamp duty.
Yeah.
Because I think for a second home, you have to pay a lot more stamp duty if you already have another property.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if there's any leeway when you move in and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, well, I need to have a break, you know what I mean? And I need to keep this property and buy that property. But you know what tax systems are like? They're just black and white, aren't they?
Yeah, and then we got to a point where the solicitor said, oh, right, yeah, it's going to happen. Exchange today, complete tomorrow. So, which triggers me, but I'm going to have to get my head around it. In the last move, we had a 2-week exchange and then he completed, but anyway. So we got a Luton van because we got rid of a lot of our furniture because it was past its best. And we said we'd buy new stuff for here.
And it had fitted wardrobes and things like that,
yeah, so we just said we'd get a Luton van and we'd do it all in a Luton van. And we'd packed up and we said, we've not heard from the solicitor. So we said, we have to text him and, oh, we're not sure it's going to happen today. And that was when we blew.
So what do you mean it's not going to happen? We have literally packed everything into a Luton van.
Yeah.
What do you mean it's not going to happen today?
Well, okay, let me sort this out. And then they came back and said it's going to happen. So he obviously was going to be a cash buyer.
Yeah. Well, we don't know. We don't. To this day, I don't know whether he sold his house or not, or whether we don't know.
It was all a very strange move, and we couldn't pinpoint who was at fault. Whether it was our estate agent that seemed very ditzy. She was just not.
I think ultimately he wanted to sell that house, and he wanted to include it in the sale, in the chain, and all that kind of stuff because it was going to save him a fortune. But he waited so long to do it. That it was just really, really impeding our sale. It could have gone. I don't know. But it's frustrating. But I think he probably would have had to pay cash in the end. Yeah. And more than likely. And
that's why it went through. But yeah, it's all. And I think you've got to get your head around the fact that I think if you're a control freak, moving would be a nightmare. And you've got to open your mind to the fact that different twists and curves, but I actually do like moving because, like I said, I think it gives you a chance for a real upgrade.
I know we moan about this fella, but he was good as well because he came in with a panic because he was trying to get a house like ours in Crossgates, and every time he got there was a bit of a auction, and it kept going up and up and up, and the price got out of his range. And he could never get a house, but by the time he got there, it'd already sold, or you know what I mean. And he was in a panic, and so he didn't want to lose this house.
Because that's what houses are like in Crossgate, especially if you want the big semis that we had and the semi-detached. Because the family homes, so as we're a young lad wanting to start a family, and when the semis go up in Crossgates, everyone just piles in on them.
Yeah.
And it's dog eat dog energy, and you can really struggle to get one. So he was like, didn't want to. He'd been around that circuit a bit. But the funny thing was, we did used to slag him off a bit. and we'd got in here and I'd ordered loads of stuff. We'd ordered loads of stuff over a couple of days on Amazon. And I was sat here and I just thought, now Amazon, you've got to put your address in. I was like, I'd ordered loads of household stuff, hundreds of pounds worth of household stuff on Amazon and had it delivered to the old house. So we had to then ring my sister-in-law up to say, you know, that person we've been slagging off and taking piss out of, well, could you just go around to his house and see if they've got our stuff? And we're thinking, oh my God. And actually she did. She went round and they'd saved it. They'd kind of realised what had happened and saved it. So we had to go down and get it up and, So watch out for that as well. So, can't do that mistake again.
You know, you do the Royal Mail thing where you can
but you just
divert.
Don't think about Amazon,
it doesn't work for anything like that. If they don't use the Royal Mail, the divert doesn't work for it.
Yeah.
So a lot of people use other couriers now. Most things come through Every or Amazon or DBT. What is it? DB whatever.
DPT or something.
Yeah, whatever it's called. And all these other couriers, and so your divert's not going to work. And you've got so many websites that you've got your address in. So this is why I've said, we'll, let's just move, and then we'll buy when we get there, and we'll just have to be careful.
But the beauty of it is, like I've said, because of where you'll be living, you'll have a plethora of different... Because I want to try and get out of this whole buying online thing. And I know, like in Crossgates and stuff, there's butcher shops, veg shops, all that kind of bread shops, cake, and the supermarket. Everything's in walking distance. So when you're there, you can go out and actually buy and physically buy. And I want to get into that more than online buying, because I think online buying is for some things you need. But for some things like, you know, I need a new toilet brush. Next time I go shopping into wherever, I'm going to go into Home Bargains or whatever and get a toilet brush. Whereas let me go on Amazon, because that's just easy. I want to try and get out of that.
Trouble is, we never have that time, do we?
But you've got to make time.
I know.
You've got to make time for community living.
Well, that's what I've done. I've been making time. I've been going to the library.
Again.
I finally got my new Jack Reacher book.
Yeah, again, because still going to a library is a community
Mm.
thing. And there is a library in the Andale Centre, apparently.
So I'm
There's Leeds Library.
Well, I'm hoping that the Leeds Library Network, which I'm hoping Crossgates would be in, works like a Lincolnshire one, where it's all one big hub, and you can order it, and they'll just send it to your library, if that makes sense. So a book that's in the Leeds Central Library, you don't have to go to the Leeds Central Library to get it. They'll deliver it to your library for you, which is what happens in Lincolnshire, which is fantastic.
Good old times.
So yeah, enjoying that at the minute.
So there'll be lots of content from that. Might be some whingy videos coming in, some moany videos. So I'm excited because it's
Yeah, it's a roller coaster.
Yeah, so I'm showing you around the new house eventually. Be interesting.
Yeah.
It's that bit, isn't it, where you don't know where you're going to be and your next home's going to be, what it's going to look like. I mean, I've already started having wild dreams about certain... Because the thing is, though, I have what I call the moving dreams, and I started having my moving house dreams a few months ago. A few months ago, right, even before Christmas, and I was like, uh-oh. I can't explain them, they're just moving house dreams that come in. And they come in very at first, and they get a bit doosh, doosh. And it's like, this is getting a bit wild, is this? And I kept thinking, we are talking about it, but talking about it in a couple of years' time. And it's, but I do get glimmers of houses in these dreams. And I do get flashes of houses. Don't I? And visions and stuff, so yes.
We'll see.
I had one the other day and I told you about it and you were like, And I said about when I was in a certain place. And I said I was in a certain place and I said I was doing some clearing work in it.
Oh, right, yeah.
And he will look you up. Yeah, interesting.
So we'll see. Watch this space. What we're coming up. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of that going on over February. We've got group healings, haven't we?
We've got group healing going on in February.
We've got New Year.
Chinese New Year, Year of the Horse, propelling forward, which is a great thing to be doing in a house move. Eclipses, we've got all kinds of different things going on.
So if you want any client work, book in, because once you're in, you're in. And we'll work around it, because, you know, we still need to keep earning.
Oh yeah, I mean, we're not cancelling client sessions or anything like that, or group healings. That's because we've said with this move we're not going to be doing that. But you know, the last move, you said, I wonder what 2 weeks it's going to be. What 2 weeks is going to be in the last move? And I back then used to manually book everybody in, and there was 2 weeks in June. This was the last one that I could not get anybody booked in. Now you was asking in March, when is this? It should be in April or May. It should be in April or May. And I said, I know this sounds really wild, but there's 2 weeks in June that I cannot book up. I have offered these 2 weeks to people in a profound way, and nobody wants these 2 weeks in June. And the week after, I had a couple of people booked in, but they were regulars that knew I could, you know, change and swap and stuff. I said, I'm telling you, it's going to be that 2 weeks. And lo and behold, it was that 2 weeks. So like literally the universe had given me 2 weeks where I didn't have to cancel any clients. And the week after I could, can you come in a little bit earlier? Can you come in? It was only a couple. So it'll be interesting in the diary when there's 2 weeks that are totally spare where nobody books in, because that'll be when you're moving. I know it. Because it happened last time.
Yeah, we'll see.
2 weeks like that. End of March, I'm only joking.
It's my birthday.
Yeah, bless you. Oh, I got cacao ceremony, haven't we?
We have.
In March.
For my birthday.
Yeah. Bless you. And that's it then.
Is that it? I can't think of what else. Top of my head.
No.
I think we banged on long enough.
Oh, you were out cleaning windows the other day, weren't you? And
Yeah, I was getting the house ready, get it to some kind of ship-shape form. So when we decide to put it on the market, it's looking okay.
Yeah.
Because I've just realised I don't want to trigger any window cleaners, but when they come to clean the windows, they literally just clean the windows.
They're really shit at window cleaning.
I was trying to be nicer to that.
I know. I think the ones that we've experienced, they start off really good and they do a fantastic job, and by the time it just gets worse.
So all the frames were filthy, all under the frames, all the windowsills were all filthy. The conservatory was a mess.
We'd had that professionally cleaned as well.
Yeah, when we moved in. So yeah, it was 3 years worth of green mould or whatever it was. It was, yeah. So you got me to the TikTok thing with the mop.
All these women on TikTok now are out, and apparently they use a different mop to us, and which I think we'll get in the new house. It's like a triangular mop and bucket, and they use soap. They use washing
That's
up
the
liquid.
one you also get triggered for when the advert. That's the one where it's, you do the thing.
No, this is a different one.
Is that a different one?
This is washing up liquid or any washing up liquid, a mop bucket, and they put it and they whoosh, and they cover it and they just wipe and wash all the frames, and it's all dripping down. And then they'll rinse it all off. Then they go in with the window spray and they.
That's what I did.
And that's it, and they come up amazing.
I used the
And do you know
Viley
there's
Super
even
Mop.
poles now? One of them was using. If you live if you've got like a house, and there's an extending pole now they can do it with. You don't really need them, do you?
No, we've got the jet washer as well, you know what I mean? Yeah, I think we've probably got something like that for the jet washer. But yeah, you just don't need it. I mean, I have got a brush that's supposed to be able to put the hose pipe on, and it works like one of the windows, but it was a bit crap. It was one of the old Lidl centre aisle bargains that I used to buy.
It was like a TikTok housewife the other day.
I was, yes.
See, I think it's
works,
therapeutic, you know. And I think it's rewarding when you do stuff like that. It can be a bit, I'm cleaning windows today, but you get out there and you give it a good fettling.
It is when it's so dirty and you get it so clean, and it's the difference. You can notice. I wish I'd done a video on it now, but I felt a bit rushed. Because I was working with the weather as well. I wanted to get it done before it weed it down.
You think the broadish accents will start coming back? Because I've had people say that to me on videos where I've been doing a video in Yorkshire and I've gone right broad. But there's a story about this. When I moved to Lincoln, the Yorkshire sense of humour is very particular. It's very raw and very gravelly at times, and can be a bit inappropriate, a bit daft, and a bit And I obviously moved in here and started talking to neighbours, and had that bit of a Yorkshire jokey about me, and they didn't get it. And they'd look at me and like, I just didn't get the sense of humour, they didn't get the accent. And I've changed that a lot around here, and I found myself not going into that energy. Consequently now, when I go back to Yorkshire, because they're a bit full on in Yorkshire, when I go back to Yorkshire and having a bit of a joke, I'm like, because it's like, it's weird, isn't it, how different counties, I mean, we're only in the next county on, to be honest. Strange, anyway, who thinks someone's not going broad again?
Yeah, so what we've got to do, emojis.
Emojis.
A house.
House emoji. If you got to this video and you want to comment but not sure what to put, leave us a house emoji.
House emoji and thumbnail. There we go.
God,
I love that. That so helps me. I've got to say. And we could just do a quick thumbnail. Happy days.
Yes. Thanks for watching. Are you looking forward to your new year? What plans have you all got? Are you moving house?
Moving house, moving jobs,
moving whatever? Have you found moving away from hometown? Have you gone back eventually, or are you like glad to see the back of it? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah. That's it then.
Thank you.
So long.